computers real quick because he was having some difficulty, and that does explain why it seemed like he just couldn't engage properly on Cloud Kingdom, especially if there's FPS issues, and those momentary split decisions can really cost you the micro. And as a result, in PvT, everyone knows, a lot like TvZ, if you just lose your entire army like that convincingly, the game's over.
Yeah, it takes a long time to build up and really get that ideal composition. But we're going to be hopping into game number 2 now, guys, on Ohana, where in the top left-hand corner spawning as the red Terran player representing Startail. Can he clean up the series 2-0? We have Bomber. And his opponent spawning in the bottom right as the blue Protoss player. His tournament life is on the line here. Really difficult situation. Can he claw it back and keep his hopes alive? It is Creator Prime. Getting some of that Startail Legend practice in there, Frodan. I like it.
I'm open up my options, man. In case,
that guy is so good.
If anything ever happens to my casting career, like if I lose my voice permanently, I can still observe.
I mean, the guy does so much really cool stuff scrolling across the map in GSL and things like that. It's like he's finding artistic ways to express himself because he's actually exhausted all of the possibilities of observing. He's so good.
Either that or he's just bored sometimes. It's just like he's like finding birds on Ohana.
And following them around.
Or like waterfalls and like a campfire. Which,
campfire, man.
Well,
that's where they're hiding from the zombies.
Yeah, because light is supposed to chase them away.
So it looks like we have another gas before barracks coming out of here on Bomber, game number 2. So I guess if the opening worked out well for him once, might as well give it a shot again. But bear in mind, early game in that last game, Frodan, he didn't have too much success with his Hellions, did he?
Not really. I mean, the opening wasn't terribly successful for Bomber. I mean, just think about it. You know, like if you were a Protoss player and you opened up tech and tried to harass a Terran that was expanding, and like say you went for like a War Prism drop or something. Yeah. That never really happens, but we're flipping the tables, and Protoss tries to expand. They're very far behind from that regard. Creator had an awesome opportunity, and he did have a comfortable unit composition too. He had Blink, Charge, +1/+1, with +2 almost finished. He had his Temple Archives finishing up. He had a couple Colossus. He even had a few Immortals and Sentries. Like that's a nice comfort zone where he has his third at a pretty nice timing. You know, I don't want to make excuses for him, but if he really did have serious FPS issues, then you just can't micro, and that's unfortunate for game number 1. Yeah. That said, we've seen Creator be in a similar situation where in game number 1 he lost to Tasia, and Tasia just looked like he was just going to stomp all over him, but then Creator looked really impervious to any Terran attacks over the next 2 games, and it was really cool to see. Yeah. Now, sorry, real quick, I just wanted to mention real quick that Bomber took his guys off of gas momentarily. That was really interesting. What do you think about that, Jorsar?
That he obviously wants to get he needs to get some minerals a little bit faster. I wonder if he's just going to go straight and put down that command center. Yes, he does in the top right of his base. That's interesting, actually. Opening with the gas first, and then so he obviously wants to get up to that Hellion tech very quickly, but then took his guys off gas immediately as soon as he knew he had enough there, just so he can get that expansion out a little bit quicker. So that tells me that maybe he's not expecting any early game pressure coming out here from Creator.
Well, I mean, at the same time, it's both. It's kind of like a hybrid. You know, it's a mixture of you know, an economic opening while you still get some tech. Okay. Now we do see the Tech Lab coming in, which we've seen a little bit of variation of this. We've seen people open Marine Tank, and you just go a little bit more defensive. You do have like a weird opening. If you see that if your opponent is playing terribly greedy, then you can really go for a nice little contain of some sorts.
But we have a Dark Shrine coming down from Creator. Okay, so both sides, guys, are going for some really interesting stuff this game. Bomber did not swap his barracks and his factory around, so we're not going to see reacted Hellions like we saw in game number 1. He just made the one Hellion to make Creator think he might be going Hellions, and then immediately went into Marine tank production after getting his natural expansion. Creator, on the other hand, though, is going to be banking his hopes on game number 2 on a DT expand from the looks of things.
I've seen a variation of this with Marine King where he goes a fast third command center. And then just turtle behind, you know, like tanks, because Protoss can't push into it, as we see one. Oh, wait. There is a third command center.
There is. It's
okay. So this is the same build then. Oh, yeah. I've seen this once, and it was during a WCG game, which is, you know, interestingly enough, still going on over in Shanghai. And Marine King actually lost because you know, the Protoss was able to get some War Prism play and really able to circumvent the tanks. It was really cool because he was doing like a gateway attack there, and then Marine King tried to push, and he just was not successful. But I think if you play this right, especially, you know, the nature of how strong the tanks are defensively, then I'm pretty sure Creator shouldn't do too much damage. But you know, how much has Bomber been able to sniff this George? So I don't know if he knows this is coming at all.
Oh, well, first two DTs moving up now. Now, Bomber is going to have those 3 command centers, 2 of which will be orbitals. If he sees the shimmer of the DT, he might be able to raise the deepest, and he doesn't.
Does not. He's focusing on this third base. Oh my goodness, these DTs.
So we should... And does Bomber actually have a scan available? Yes, he's used all his mules. So no scan is currently available for Bomber. I think his first scan might actually come from the 3rd command center, because he's making it to an orbital right now. But it's still about 20 seconds before he can actually do anything with this. And this is a lot of damage he's taking right here.
This is massive damage, George. I mean, the fact that he can't even scan for another second, even if he does, oh my goodness, GG.
Away. Oh, wow.
Oh, and that's a good example of, I guess, a build order